Right to repair has been in the news a lot lately, and it's become a big buzzword. Today, we're going to give you a bit more of a deep dive into what right to repair is all about. And what most people don't realize is it's been around for more than 10 years.
At the beginning, each OEM had their own OEM diagnostic tool. And so if you were an independent repair shop and you wanted OEM diagnostics, you'd have to buy multiple scan tools. Now, J2534 was introduced in 2004, but that was only for powertrain ECU programming.
Yeah, so right to repair came along in 2012. Its purpose was really to give anyone access to the OEM diagnostics through a standard tool, and that tool was J2534.
That law in Massachusetts had a huge impact. It basically lowered the barrier entry for the shops. Now, instead of having to buy all the very expensive OEM tools that were unique to the brands, you could buy one and buy a subscription from an automaker and use this single tool.
So after the 2012 law was passed, there was a 2014 MOU that adopted right to repair nationally. In order to get the national MOU on board with all the automakers, they had to make two compromises. They had to remove telematics, and they had to remove heavy-duty vehicles / off-road motorcycles.
Yeah, and then with 2018, they were all required to make their OEM software connected through a J2534 device. It was not a perfect solution, but it definitely worked if you were an independent repair shop. It even became the basis of the technology we currently use in the collision shops for OE scanning.
Yeah, had a huge impact. So 2019, right to repair came back to address those two gaps with telematics and heavy duty, and a third gap had surfaced: secure vehicle gateways. If you think of a vehicle gateway from the early era, secure gateways just added technician credentials. This third gap happened when Fiat Chrysler implemented a secure gateway on 2018 vehicles, restricting access for wired connection to the vehicles. The new right to repair laws aim to address those open items through a 2020 ballot initiative that was passed.
After it passed, of course, it was challenged by all the automakers. They didn't like to do it the same way. They all had their unique solutions. So the debate was how to make them essentially come up with a standardized method. That was the secure vehicle interface, and it's being debated now as how it's going to be implemented. But it was specifically a direct connection to the vehicle that you could connect independently of the automaker.
Automakers didn't want to give direct access to the telematics systems through what they called SVI in the right to repair law. So they had a counter proposal that was the extended vehicle. Extended vehicle is basically a digital twin of the data in the car in the manufacturer's cloud. And it wasn't quite real-time access. So in the extended vehicle model, you could access a copy of the vehicle data to get history codes and things, but you couldn't directly connect to it. The automaker's solution had some limitations because it was a copy, but it also had some security, benefits to it. So that technology was called extended vehicle.
And today we wait for an appeal decision in the court system. So National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's commented twice. There's been a reverse in statements that other automakers couldn't meet the requirements. We really are at the hands of where the judges are right now in reviewing the data and the different parties and seeing who presented the best case.
And just this month, a judge in Europe made another sweeping decision that affects right to repair. The EU Court of Justice ruled that secure gateways, like the one deployed by FCA, are illegal in Europe. It's unclear what the long-term implications of that ruling will be for secure gateways. It may change how direct cabled connection happens to vehicles in the aftermarket in the future.
So that takes us where we are today. Was the judge going to enforce the rules? Are they going to push back? Are the automakers going to continue to fight? We'll just have to wait and see. The Attorney General of Massachusetts is taking this seriously now, and they're talking about enforcement, so it can only be a good thing.
Yeah. At the end of this, there's really only one goal. That goal is that anywhere a car is repaired, whether it's at a dealership, a mechanical repair shop, or a collision shop, the technicians repairing that car have access to the same capabilities in the vehicle through OEM tools, through multi-brand tools, and telematic systems.